Welcome to the lecture series of computer programming. Today's topic we are going to see about the structure concept. So in structure concept, first let me see what is the structure. So structure is a collection of different data types in a single unit is called a structure. Here we are using the keyword using the keyword is called struct, struct. So this is the keyword which is used to implement the structure concept in C programming language. So let me take an array. So array is a collection of elements which is having a same data type. For example, if you want to store different marks for a single person, you can use array concept because the marks is a single variable which is having a same data types. So in that case you can use the array concept. But in structure concept, if you want to store different data types in a single entity is called as a structure. For example, if you want to store mark, name, student ID, CGPA, these are all comes under different data types. When you're using different data types, you can't able to store by using an array. So in that concept, we are moving to the structure concept. So it is mainly for collecting a different data types in a single entity. So let me see how to initialize an array and what are all the memory location we are using for this array and how it will initialize and how it will access the memory. These are and all let me see by using this diagram. In structure concept, we are using the keyword called struct, struct. Struct is a keyword which mainly instruct the compiler which is defined in the form of structure, and it is followed by structure name. For example, student. So student is a user defined which defines the structure. So structure defines the name called student. So compiler will understand the student as the structure. So let me see this. So here we implement struct and name of the structure and having the data types like char and float. So these comes under different data types. You can declare any data types. For example, here in student we are using char name. So we here using name, age, branch and gender. So here it is a combination of integer and character. So in that case we are implement by using the structure concept. So here student is a structure which contain 5 variable and one is character and another one is integer. So here let me see the memory allocation for this structure. So let's take this example, struct and followed by the structure name having two data types x and y. The one is character and another one is float, and this one takes 1 byte and this float takes 4 byte. So the total structure will take how many byte means 5 bytes. So here the full structure will take 5 bytes to store the data. So let me see this example. Here character take 1 byte and integer take 2 byte and again character 1 and again character 1. So here this full structure will occupy the memory is 2 plus 1, 3, 4, 5 bytes. So it occupies 5 bytes. So the total number of bytes inside the structure will occupy the memory structures, will occupy the memory structure. The same concept we are using for union. So structure and union most of all similar. What is the main difference means? Here we are using the keyword called struct. In union we are using the keyword called union. Union followed by union name. So in structure also it is a collection of different data types. In union also doing the same process. The main difference is memory sharing. In structure we are not having any memory sharing because whatever memory occupied by this respective data types it will allocate. So here we are having two data types and it occupies 5 bytes. So in the same concept in union, the main difference between union is memory sharing. Here let me take the same data type here using here it will take 1 bytes and here it will take 4 bytes. So when you are using structure, the same data type occupies 5 bytes. But when you are using union, it will allocate the storage when it is equal to the largest one. So here, which one is the largest one? Float. So float is the largest one. So the total memory occupied by this union is 4 bytes. So it always takes the largest one of the bytes. So let's come to this example. Here we are having the 4 data. We are having the 4 variables with data types. Here each and every data type having a different bytes. Here which one is the largest one? Here integer is the largest one. So here when you are using this particular student by using union means it will occupy 2 bytes because memory sharing in union. So when you are using union, the bytes will be 2 bytes. When you are using structure, the bytes will be 5 bytes for the same concept. So main difference is structure does not having the memory sharing, but union having the memory sharing. So this is the main difference. Let's concentrate on the structure variable. So till now we seen about the how to declare this variable and how we are using, how the memory sharing is occupied in this particular structure. These are and all. Let me see next how to declare object for this structure. Here we are having student is the structure. We are having the member variable. So by using member variable, first let's explain what is member variable. So member variable is a variable which is used to access the variable which is inside the structure. Here by using member variable, by using the object, we can access the member variable inside the student. So here we are creating the object for the student. So you can create by using, when you are enclosing the particular structure, followed by object of the student. So here we created S1 comma S2, then termination. This termination refers the end of the structure, So here S1 is one object and S2 is another object. This is object 1, this is object 2. So here by using this object, we can access the member variable of the structure. What are the member variable? Name, age, branch, gender. So these are all the member variable inside the student. By using this S1 object, we can access the name of the student, age of the student, branch and gender and so on. So here we created S1 and S2 are two objects for this structure. By using this two object, we can create two records. For example, name of the one person and another name of the second name of the person. For example, name 1 refers to A and age of the A person and branch of the A and gender of the A. Again, by using S2, we can create another record. So how many objects you have created, based on this object, you can create the record for the particular structure. So next, let me see the structure initialization. So here, let's take an example for creating structure for patient. So here, patient having the height, weight and age. Here we are having the member variable. These are all the member variable. I already told about this. So patient is the structure having the member variable height, weight and age. Here we are going to initialize the value for this member variable. So for initializing the value, we need to create an object. In before program, we create an object like S1, S2. Same thing we are applying here. So here we are going to create an object. So let's take this line. Here struct is a keyword, patient is the our structure name, then P1. So P1 is the object. So P1, by using this object, we are going to access this member variable. So this is the object creation. You can create this object in this way also. This is the object creation. So by using P1, you are going to access the height, weight, age, because P1 is the structure of the patient. Sorry, P1 is the object of the patient. By using P1, I am going to initialize the value for this. Let's take here P1 dot height. I am going to initialize the value for height. So by using object P1 dot height equal to, so I am assigning some value for this member. Next, same thing I am repeating, P1 dot weight. So here I am assigning value as 73. Next thing I am going to assign value for age. So P1 dot age equal to 23. So by using this object, so object name, then dot operator, then member variable. Example P1 dot height. Here object name is P1, member variable is height. So I am assigning value as 185. So like this I am going to access each and every member variable by using this object creation. So this is one of the way for initializing the value for each member separately. You can also initialize the value by assigning in same line. Let's take this structure patient P1. So same thing we are using here in this program. In this line I am initializing the value for each member separately. So in this code it assigning value by using only one line. So same you are using object P1 equal to, so you have to open floor brace. This first 180.75 represent height, comma. Next one is weight for the person 73. Next one is age for the person is 23. So likewise you can initialize the value. So let's create another value like this. Struct patient P2 comma P3. So I am creating another two object for this. So I am explaining. So P2 equal to, I am going to initialize the value by using a floor base. So height of the person is 170.10 and weight of the person is 65 and age of the person is 24. So this is one of the way of initialization. Then by using P3 I am going to initialize the value separately. So P3 dot height equal to 170.15. Then P3 dot weight equal to 76. Then P3 dot age equal to 27. So like this you can create object. Then by using object you can initialize in any two ways. Next, this is the example program for full structure program. So here I am creating the structure for student. My student is the structure because I am representing the keyword as struct. Then it is having the 4 member variables. So name, age, branch, gender. So here name act as a string. So I am declaring as an array. So you have to declare size. You have to mention the size of an array. Then age is an integer, then branch is it is a string, so you have to represent the size for this array. Then character gender. So in this variable I am going to store either any one variable, either if it is a male, M, if she is a female, I have to represent as F. So it takes only 1 byte, so it is more than enough. Character gender is more than enough to store 1 bytes. So you need not to mention the size of the character. So here we having the 5 member variable. You have to ensure that the structure should be at global declaration. So after declaration of library functions, you have to declare the structure. So it represents the global declaration. So after declaring a structure, you have to terminate the structure. It is very important the termination is very important for this. Then only the compiler will knows that structure will ends. But usually the function will not get terminated. Only the structure concept will terminate by using the semicolon. So this is very important. You have to note down this. So structure. So I am writing the syntax structure followed by your structure name. So name of the structure, then member variable, then termination. This is very important. You have to note down this. So this is the global declaration because we are giving outside of the main function. The next I am creating the main function. Int main, this is the return type because integer is the return data type. So you should write return 0. So int main. So inside the main function only you have to create the object of the structure. So here I am creating object as S1. So struct student S1. So S1 is the object for this structure student. By using this object I am going to declare an age is S1.age equal to 18. For string you have to use the strcopy. So strcopy is the library function which is available at string.h. So string.h is the library function which is available. This string copy is the function which is available under the string.h. So like this we can have a number of functions inside the string handling function that you know when you are studying string handling functions. So string copy, string concat, string len, these are all the inbuilt function which is available in the string.h. So strcpy is the inbuilt function which is used to copy the value of one string to another string. For example, name equal to some person A. You have to copy the particular string into another variable by using string copy. So string copy is nothing but it just copy a value from one string to another string. That's it. So it is having two parameters. So first parameter is the where you have to store the value. So that is called a destination. So here string copy s1.name. So by s1.name represent the s1 is the object, name object of the student. So name, I am going to access this name, comma, then value. So value of the name. So instead of giving name equal to AAA, so here we are using strcpy equal to, so destination where you have to store the value, that is called destination. Then this is the variable and this is the value. So here Viraj is the name. Here this value is going to stored in the variable s1.name. That's it. So next, name of the student. So here I am printing the name of the student. So it is the percentage %s. So s1 dot name is the character. So I am going to format percentage %s, comma s1 dot name. So here output will be the name of student 1. So how Viraj, because it copied the particular string to this variable. Next, age of the student. The age will be the 18. So like that you can declare this branch. For branch is a character, so you have to use string copy. So insert this line strcpy s1 dot branch, comma it. So here s1 dot branch variable stores the value as it. So here you can add another printf function. So branch percentage %s. So value will be s1 dot branch. So the output will be the branch ID. So like this you can add by using the object.